Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time once again to circle the wagons because the Coon Prairie Ramblers are in the house.
Yeehaw.
It's where we can fabulate, mind meander, and talk about just about everything there is to talk about.
And everybody. No, not really.
Yeah. And along to help us talk about them things which we're going to talk about, we got Luke, the rebel without a clue.
Still standing.
And we got me, the amiable, affable mailman. Yeah. And we have a guest.
We do. Guess who the guest is? Oh, you can't see him, so
and
you
know
can't
what? Our
guess.
guest doesn't have a handle.
Well, we'll come up with before the thing's out, before the show's over. We'll come up with a handle for you of some kind. So trust us.
Yeah.
Will you introduce this young man?
Well, we have Troy Donahue. No.
Troy Donahue better not be.
I bet you they've said that about you a lot.
I've heard that a time or two.
Yeah. Well, with me, it's
avoid
Mel. I've heard Mel Gibson over and over and over again.
Here's what I hear. Luke, I'm your father. Yeah. Wish I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Yeah. Or Luke, I'm not your father. Have
you
ever heard that?
And I'm thankful for that too.
Anyway, we got Troy Hughes of Hughes Company.
Hughes Company.
Tell us about you, Troy.
Yeah, give us a minute or two all about you.
All right. Well, I'm Troy Hughes. I'm from here in Arcadia. Now I've been here 3 years, but my family's been here.
Transplant?
Yes, sir.
But you're not a northerner.
No, sir, not at all. I'm from way down south. I'm from Southeast Florida.
There you go.
And my family struck some roots down there about 50 years ago, and we've just been there ever since. And my mom, Jackie Tucker, a few people know her in
yes,
town
we do.
here. She does
great person in our community.
Does quite a bit for the community, and I found myself in the last couple of years coming back up here. But we've had property since I was a little kid here. Coming up, bought our first piece of property from Mr. Hollingsworth way back in the day.
Very good.
And did a lot of work with Miss Way and Miss B Hollingsworth. And we just found ourselves coming up here every summer, every break that I got, I come up here with her. And spent midway through my life, I came up and spent a few years here, worked in a livestock market, and I was rodeoing at the time, so it was kind of a nice place to hang out here.
You really fit in well doing all that.
Yes, I did. I met some really good people here along the way. I mean, a lot of the pioneers here I've had the opportunity to meet and hang out with and see really what Arcadia is all about. So here late in life, it was time for me to start over again and really try to strike my roots back here and get something going. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing some insurance up here, doing some real estate, and trying to carry on with my mom with what she does. We do a lot for the veterans, a lot for the kids here in town, and I'm very proud of what she's done. And as much as I can, I coached football for 12 years and been very involved with that.
No kidding.
Got a lot of young players going off to college in the next couple of years, D1 schools. So for me, that was always and always has been a big blessing for me to have the opportunity to feel like I was an impact on some of these young men's lives.
I'd say so. DeSoto County needs more folks like you moving down here and taking root.
Well, I appreciate that, Luke, and I really see that in this community that this community is going to grow, and it does, because I'm coming from Southeast Florida. I remember when it was all dairy farms and beaches, and there wasn't a lot in between.
Yeah,
and watch how Southeast Florida grew, and I enjoy it down there, but I like it up here a lot more.
Oh yeah, same here.
So I'd like to see that here. I'd like to see. I think DeSoto County is going to grow. Arcadia's going to grow, and I think that with the right input from the right people here in the community, that we could definitely grow in a positive fashion.
If it grows at the right speed and in the right directions, I mean, it's called progress.
Absolutely.
That's a good thing.
Hey, you know, this radio show is
glad to have you with us
worldwide. We're on the World Wide Web. I mean, people in Russia can be listening to the Coon Prairie Ramblers.
I thought we were just famous countywide. Or just on Asbury Street here, where this little radio station on the prairie is located. I thought we were only.
Well, I think there's probably people on Asbury Street don't even know we're here.
Big shout out to the Russians.
Yeah, but
how y'all doing?
So anyway, people are wondering. Like, I can envision them wondering, Arcadia? Where is that? What is that? And you talk about Arcadia growing. I've heard that all as long as I've been here.
And you ain't seen no growth.
I ain't seen nothing.
You should have been.
I've been here since '96.
Ooh, a real old timer. You should have been here back in the '60s, and the place doubled its size.
Wow.
It just went crazy back in the 60s. And in the 70s, mid-70s, you missed about 10 years. Everything in downtown jumped up and moved east.
But sitting around the brew crew, listen to the old timers, Luke and Rooster.
The old geezers.
Yeah, the old geezers.
Casey.
It seemed to me like the stories I hear, Arcadia used to be real bustling and all kinds of businesses. And you talk about, the Mercer, clothing store and this and that. And
it's because
things are kind of disappeared.
Well, it's because you had a lot of mom and pop places. And then the big box stores come in and wipe those out. And you only got Walmart and places go out of town to Sam's or whatever, things like that. But a lot of mom and pop places, there was a lot more activity.
Yeah. I lived down in Fort Ogden, which is a little village, south of Arcadia. And I remember when I was building my house, I went and had lunch at Mercer's.
Really?
Yeah, they had.
Was it still Mercer's in, or had?
It said Mercer's on it.
Okay,
I think it did.
Then later on, they changed it after Haywood sold it. It became Fort Ogden General Store.
Maybe that's
what it said.
But anyway, it was just before they tore. But
it was back in the 80s when he sold it.
Before it got tore down.
It was just before it got tore down.
And the road came through.
Well, that was a few years back.
Maybe it's because I've seen so many pictures on YouTube or on Facebook calling it Mercer's or something.
Mercer's Mall and Social Club is what it was called.
Well, back then I enjoyed Coke's back in the 80s.
Coke's Drugstore downtown.
Coke's Drugstore. You talk about some good home cooking right there.
Yeah, they had a nice cheeseburger there and so forth. But then that up and moved in 1976, moved out to east of town out there when R.V. Griffin built the where. What do you call it? The Terra Fried Chicken is now. It was his grocery store he built right there, and it making a little strip mall in that building out front, where Eli's is now, became Coke's drugstore, and building where the jewelry store is right next to the road. That was RV's original Midway Market. It was a grocery store right there. That became the Coke's annex, because in the back of the old pink building downtown, which we still call the Coke's building, that was Coke's annex. And you went back in there, it was like an old-timey general store, and you'd find everything from frying pans to shotguns in there. You could buy that right there, where the saloon is now, that watering hole. Anyway, they moved the annex out to where the jewelry store is now, and the front part of where Eli's is now was the Coke's drugstore and so forth. And they opened up a restaurant in there. It was called the Harvest Room, and then Louise, bought it, and it became.
So you remember when that complex was built?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that's where the original Brews Crew probably hung out, because if you wanted to hear a good story back then, that's where you went and hung out, because
that's right.
That's where
that was the real old timer Brew Crew.
No, that's where all the old cowboys hung out. If you wanted to hear a good,
they had their own tables
story
pulled together. They come in there fresh off from the ranch, and they'd track all kind of stuff in their boots in there, and they'd sit there, and it was a different way of life, because back then a lot of deals were made on handshakes, and a lot of big decisions about the future of this county and business deals and stuff happen right there over a handshake rather than
is that where the smoky back room was?
No, it's right out there in the open.
No, right out in the open.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
You didn't just go sit down with
sunshine law then.
You didn't just go sit down with those guys either. I mean, you knew who they were and what they're about. You respected that and gave them their space.
Really?
Yes, sir. You might go up and shake a hand and say good morning to everybody, but when that was about done, you just went and found your space until you worked your way up to the big table.
That was good times, and like you said, there was a really good restaurant there, and good food and so forth. We're down to a minute already for the first segment. I can't believe it.
Go?
You guys told me it would fly.
It did. I think Miss Yerika's got a fast watch in there.
And we hardly found out anything about you.
Scratched the surface or whatever. But that's all right. We got a few more segments to come back and kick around. Anyhow, we're down to about 30 seconds now, almost. So,
okay.
We're glad to have a guest star here.
Music, Sammy.
Yeah.
No runaway. No back up to the runaway. Give me some of that runaway. Run away.
I'm walking in the rain. Tears are falling and I feel the pain.
And I wonder.
Why wonder?
Oh, why?
Why? You went away.
I think I know why.
I think our minute's up. We didn't get the 30-second sign.